as are many of the developers that we work with, but they're part of the team that's looking to bridge XRP into XLM or into the Stellar ecosystem. And then, actually, I'm going to read the whole thing. He says, most of you will prefer to keep their assets safe. So this is why definitely for the beginning of the process, there will not be much happening with XRP in terms of, say, price drop or price up. The assets will be safe. But moving on from that, I think the users will have to somehow either move to any platform, or either we would have to find a new solution for what they would have to do with their assets, let's say on the original wallet. So again, guys, this is why you have to pay very, very close attention, because Ben is hiding information. He's hiding the narrative in his words, and he's being extremely tactful about that. So when he said that, I instantly knew what he was talking about. And that's why I only giggled, because I said, I told Ben, I said, we're going to be doing this on Susanna's call with Lights of the Round Table, so I don't want to talk about it on the Stellar Russia interview just yet. But so, a couple days later, I said, we're talking about the prices of metals and how the price of metals, when they revalue, is actually going to go, some will go down, some might go up, but many will go down. And it's going to be a much lower price than people have been talking about. Because some people have been talking about thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, exactly what Nick mentioned earlier, part of XRP thingy. And when I came out and I said, oh, no, it actually sounds like it's going down based on everything that I've read and I've talked to the developer so far, most people freaked out because they're like, that's nothing that we've been hearing about for years. Well, guys, it's the truth, no matter if it hurts or not. So I said, if the price of metals revaluing is actually, for the most part, going to go down because there's so much utility baked into it. And again, Nick talked about how when there's high utility, then there's also the need for high supply, right? So high supply means low buy prices. But I said, but not XRP, right? I feel like you dropped a hint that if people do not swap XRP into Stellar, that you'll put out incentives at first and then later on mess with, AKA upgrade the wallets, so they're no longer compatible to store native XRP. And he says, I can't hide anything from you. Okay. And so I further on then said, this means that I think XRP's price is going to remain relatively stable because in the future, because you're talking about how it's really going to go nowhere. You're not going to see too much price action for the most part. And then after a while, it's going to be a buyback at a much lower rate, which is exactly what we're talking about a second ago. And then I said, it would be very interesting if the buyback is made publicly, where the wallets will also no longer be compatible soon. And then I said, could it be possibly tied to the PBFT? So let's move on to the next screen. Why is this not working? Oh, I'll just slide it. Okay, so July 30th, this